All right, welcome to our last lesson for Unit 2. So this is 2.4 plant hormones. So our learning goal today is that you will be able to describe the role of the 6 primary plant hormones and their importance in plant development. So just like humans, plants have hormones, and they have more than 6 hormones, but we're just going to talk about 6 of the primary hormones that plants have. So to start us off, let's talk about what plant hormones are. So plant hormones are chemical compounds produced by plants that control and regulate various growth and development processes. Just like in human beings, hormones are going to do the same thing. These hormones play a pivotal role in orchestrating processes such as seed germination, root and shoot growth, flowering, fruit ripening, and responses to environmental stressors. It's very much like the signals that tell the plant what to do where. That's what hormones are going to do, and they're going to have a role in every single process that a plant goes through. So we will talk about 6 primary plant hormones. We will talk about auxins, abscisic acid, cytokinins, ethylene, gibberellin, and barassinosteroids. So first, let's talk about auxins. So auxins are plant hormones responsible for controlling the growth and direction of plant organs. So they promote cell elongation, phototropism, which we will talk about more in depth in another lesson, but that's growth towards light, apical dominance, which is the inhibition of lateral bud growth. So apical is going to be like the tip, and lateral is going to be off to the side. So auxins say we want to grow up. They help elongate cells, which we'll look at in the next slide, that helps to curve a plant, and usually it's to help curve a plant towards light. So when plants bend towards light, it's auxins that drive cell elongation on the shaded side, which causes the bending. So what happens is, if the sun is right above that plant, the little circles here are going to be the auxins, so they're going to kind of focus right here and grow up towards the sun. So the sun goes over here. The auxin is going to be more focused on the side of the cell that is farther away, and slowly but surely those cells are going to get longer, whereas these ones are not, and so that automatically is going to make that plant curve towards the sun. All right, abscisic acid, also just written as ABA, is a plant hormone involved in stress responses and growth inhibition. So it triggers stomatal closure to reduce water loss during drought and promote seed dormancy. So one thing that we didn't cover super in depth when we talked about plant anatomy is these stomatal closures. So on a leaf, we talked about that leaves are where photosynthesis is happening a lot of the time, and that there's gas exchange. So plants are taking in carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and they're releasing oxygen. And this taking in that gas is happening through those stomatal openings. So this is what it looks like through right there is what the actual opening would be. But when plants don't have the water to go through photosynthesis and they don't want to risk losing any of that water, they actually close up those openings right here. So these kind of light green cells are on the outside. These are guard cells. So guard cells will close up that opening to reduce water loss. So when a plant faces water shortage, ABA induces stomatal closure to conserve water, which results in wilting. So it helps protect the plant, but hopefully once it gets the water that it needs, those stomatal openings will open again, so that gas exchange can continue to happen. All right, cytokinins are plant hormones that stimulate cell division and lateral bud growth. They delete leaf senescence, which is leaf aging, and they're used in tissue culture for plant propagation. So there are certain plants that don't easily propagate well. So plants that propagate really easily, you just kind of cut them, stick them in water, and they'll grow roots. Some plants aren't like that, and so we in labs or in specific facilities, they can do what's called a tissue culture, where they take some of those cells from the plant and create a tissue culture from it, and they can grow a whole new plant from it. And it's cloning, but it happens a lot with orchids. So cytokinins are used a lot for that. They also play an important role in seed germination and lateral bud growth. Cetokinins help keep leaves green and help in the formation of lateral branches. So this right here is a lateral bud. So this is where a new branch could possibly form on this branch here. All right, ethylene. Ethylene is a gaseous plant hormone responsible for fruit ripening and various responses to stress. So it triggers fruit ripening, flower wilting, and responses to mechanical stress. And ethylene is the reason that bananas ripen and apples turn brown when bruised. All right, gibberellin is a plant hormone that promotes stem elongation, germination, and flowering. It breaks seed dormancy, increases fruit size, and accelerates growth. And gibberellins also help plants grow taller, sprout seeds, and produce larger fruits. And then the best one to say, the brassinosteroids are plant hormones that promote cell elongation, division, and enhance stress resistance. They regulate photomorphogenesis, which is light-mediated growth and stress responses. Brassinosteroids help plants adapt to different light conditions and withstand stressors. So we could have stomatal and development, shoot elongation, vascular differentiation. All of these things could be happening with those or are influenced by those brassinosteroids. So in conclusion, understanding plant hormones is crucial in agriculture, horticulture, plant science, and it enables us to manipulate and optimize plant growth, improve crop yields, and adapt plants to changing environmental conditions, ultimately contributing to food security and sustainable agriculture. So if we look at all of those plant hormones in a table like you have on your notes, we can see that there's some overlap. There's multiple plant hormones that help with cell elongation. Some of them are going to have opposite jobs, where one's helping with the apical meristem and one wants lateral bud growth. Hormones are a complicated thing, and for some processes, there's going to be more than one hormone required. Sometimes they're going to be battling it out, but that is the life of hormones. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.